appreciate it. My name is Dakota Moss. Today we're going to be reviewing the Astoria 1500 series 2533 RDF. Starting at the front of the unit here, you're going to have your tow hitch right here that hook up into the back of your truck. We'll show you everything how it goes whenever you get here. Right behind that, you're going to have a compartment here. When you open this up, it has a magnetic hitch right there. On the inside, you're going to have your spare tire, and you're also going to have your battery box right here. Right behind that, you're going to have your battery disconnect switch. Recommend that you don't disconnect when you plug into shore power, as it will trickle charge your battery for you. Now, the only time we recommend turning it off completely is whenever you're winterizing the unit or you're not going to be using the unit for long periods. These on either side are the automatic stabilizer jacks, which will be controlled in the next compartment down. As you'll see over there, you also have the light switch right there for the interior. Coming around this way, in the first compartment here, you're going to have your 9-gallon propane tank. These come pre-filled. They use an automatic pressure regulator switch on the inside here to control the tanks. Recommend only using the one at a time. And the only time I usually recommend that you're going to have the second one on is if you're camping and it's very cold and you have the furnace on overnight. I would open both tanks if one's almost empty, because it will pull from the other tank once the one runs at low. In your next compartment here, going to have several things. So right here, you're going to have your automatic stabilizer. You're going to have a jack right here as well for manual crank for the stabilizers. And right here next to it, you're going to have your 50 amp power supply. This right here is going to be your 50 amp female to a 30 amp male adapter. You're also going to have a starter kit that comes with every unit. And inside your starter kit, you're going to have several important components. First off, we're going to start with the waste disposal tube. This will just hook onto your disposal when you go to dump your waste, just like that. Make sure it's tightened all the way. Now, whenever you do your black water, we recommend that when you're at the disposal station, do your black water first, make sure your tanks are completely full, and then jump your gray water. What that'll do is help clean out your pipes, clean out any leftover waste. Next, we're gonna have a 2-ply toilet paper. This is what we recommend you use if you do flush your toilet paper. Other toilet paper won't disintegrate or dissolve as well. It will cover your sensors and mess up the sensors. And coming next, we're gonna have a bio pouch, which is gonna be chemicals for cleaning your black water tank. Now, whenever you empty your black water tank completely, recommend that you put a couple ounces in your toilet, and then also 3 gallons of water, and then you can use your tank from there. This here is going to be your standard water pressure regulator. So whenever you're filling up your city water, fresh water, any water you're putting in, you want to make sure that you always have this connected, as it will regulate the PSI on the unit. Here, you're going to have a hose, water hose for filling, and for your outdoor spigots and everything. Also in here is going to be the 30 amp adapter that will work with that adapter right there. So it'll plug into this, and you can plug it into a unit, like in your house, a wall, something like that. Do not recommend that you plug it into an extension cord, as it will overload the cord. And that's going to be it for your starter kit here. Another thing on the black water, do recommend always fill your tank and your gray tanks, and then flush them both at the same time. As I was saying, it will help clean out your pipes and everything. Also recommend not until you really use your toilet paper, flush it down the toilet. Even the 2-ply will get a little bit messed up and cover your sensors potentially. So inside this compartment as well, still moving on from fresh or the starter kit. If you look on this panel right here, you're going to have an attachment hose for when you need a standard garden hose. In here, you're going to have your city water connection and your black water flush. For your city water connection, this is for bypassing your fresh water tank. So if you pull into the campground and you just want water, but you don't want to use the fresh water you're holding, this will supply power or water to everything in the house. This here underneath of it is going to be your gray tank flush valve. to open it and open the valve, simply pull this all the way out. Same with your black. Up here as well, you're going to have two connections for satellite and auxiliary, and a light as well in case you operate in the dark. Just to the right of that, you're going to have your freshwater connection. So when you put your hose in with the pressure regulator, it's going to fill your fresh tanks. And whenever you go and fill your fresh tanks, recommend that you keep an eye on your panel, as you can start to overfill your tanks. Also underneath, so when you're hooked up to the city water connection, you can unscrew this in case you get water inside this compartment, and it'll drain out just like that. Continuing down along the side of the camper here, this is one of the slide outs. Towards the rear of the camper, this right here is going to be the furnace vent. So whenever you turn on your heat in your furnace, we feel hot air coming out of this unit right here. This right here is going to be your 50 amp power. Whenever you hook up to your shore power, simply plug it in all the way and do a slight twist. And then this here can also lock it down, make sure that it's extra secure. Coming to the rear of the camper here, this unit comes with the ladder already installed, and then also the backup camera right there, which is going to be sold separately. Continuing along the side here, we're going to have your rear entrance door right here, an awning right above it, which will be controlled on the inside. Right here is going to be a GFC outlet for on your outside. Right next to that, it's going to be your cable satellite auxiliary. So this unit comes with 4 tires, 2 axles. Recommend that you check at least twice a year your tire pressure. Make sure it's at 80 psi, and also check the torque on the nuts here. It'll be 100 foot-pounds per each. Continuing on to this compartment here, it's just going to be a little mini fridge. We need some beverages outside. Both fridges will operate off of your battery, so if your battery is running, fridges will be running as well, keeping everything cool. This right here is going to be your tankless water heater. This is ran by propane. So this is going to be your power for the electric, if you're running it with electric. This right here is going to be your overflow knob when you go to drain the unit. Simple as just lining up those holes, just like that. And this compartment right here, you're going to have storage up underneath of the unit that connects to the other side. You're also going to come with your griddle and your solar power control panel. This right here is going to be a light that runs along the strip there. Behind here, you're going to have your hot water tank for your flow for everything into the water tank from your freshwater tank. And then just forward to this other compartment is going to be your other propane tank. Inside here, you'll see. So when you see that gauge is green, it means there's pressure in the line. You have propane in your line. On these units as well, you have outdoor speakers that would do zone speaker on the outside or the inside of the unit, which you can control inside. And that there's your vent for your dryer. And now that we've shown you the outside, we're going to make our way up top, and we're going to show you how to do the sealing on the roof. Now that we're up on our roof here, we recommend a couple times a year you're going to inspect your sealants. So you're just going to make sure everything's nice and tight, there's no leaks, no cracks. We do recommend that you use a lap-based self-leveling sealant on everything, all these seals around. Also on these units, on your slide outs, these right here, these little awnings are going to keep debris from the top of your slide outs. So you just come up and knock the dust and dirt and debris off. Keep your slide outs nice and clean. Just want to make sure that you check every seal and everything. And now that we're finished up on the roof here, we're gonna make our way inside and we'll show you everything inside. Now that we're finished up on the roof, we're going on the outside, we're gonna make our way on the inside here. So when you first come into the camper, just gonna lift this up, open it, pull your handle. When you open it, make sure you open the door all the way. So these are gonna be your steps right here. These are locking pins in case you need to remove the steps for cleaning and stuff. This right here is gonna be how you raise and lower it. Make sure your door's all the way open so it doesn't catch. You pull it all the way down. Before we do, on both of these, you're gonna have feet that raise and lower, depending on the height that you need. Lower it to the ground. Press the button. Adjust your slide. And it locks into place just like that. Making our way inside the camper. First thing you notice when you first walk in on the bottom is going to be your fire extinguisher for the unit, the GFCI outlet. And then right up here is going to be your main control panel. It's going to have your fresh water, your black water, gray water, and your grade 2 tank, along with your battery charge, the interior control lighting, and the exterior, which is going to work on your awning, and then also your water pump. So also you have your retract and extract for your awning and your slide outs. So for your awning, go ahead and extract that for you. So as it's unrolling, you just want to keep an eye on it, make sure everything's coming out all right. There's no So as you make your way to the end of the awning here, you're going to want to keep an eye on the bar. On this one, it's going to be that gray bar. You see the white of the flap starting to come. Get about halfway of that gray bar just like that, and then you're going to retract just a little bit to get your flap to come down. Just like that. Now on these as well, they have a control arm that helps pivot. So you can adjust the awning, and also for your shade, for your snow, rain like that, in case you have anything on there. Simply pull and adjust these right here. And then there's going to be one over there as well. However, whenever you're done, you want to make sure that you reset them to the original position. Inside, this is going to be your controls for your slide outs as well. You'll hear the motor actuate and start running. The slide outs will run off battery and shore power. You'll hear it lock into place just like that. So coming into the unit, right here is going to be your dining room area with additional lighting up above. Making our way over here, we're going to have 2 reclining seats. Lights up here as well. And these will fold out just like that. Simply push them back in. Additional pantry cabinets, storage areas here. This is going to be your electric fridge. You have your freezer in here, as well as the main fridge. This right here is going to be the locking mechanism, so when you're underway, simply close that. Keeps your fridge doors from coming open. Right here as well, you have a little prep table you can use for dishes and prep for food. Simply lift up, slide back down. So right here, we'll start at the very top. You're going to have your max air. This is going to be for the vent. That's going to be right behind you up above. So when you turn the fan on, it's going to turn your fan on and open the vent, automatically venting. You can also turn the fan on and off and then just open the vent. So you'd say you just want the vent open. It'll automatically retract and close the door and turn on. So underneath that is going to be your gas-powered waterless tank. So whenever you're ready for hot water, you simply press the on button. You'll notice that it has a Fahrenheit Celsius as well as the flame. So the flame means when it's kicked on and it's heating your water, it means you have propane running to it. You can adjust the temperature here, up and down. The controls for Fahrenheit and Celsius. Simply turn it off whenever you're done. This here is going to be for the hallway lighting. Underneath that, you're going to have your AC and heat controls. So this is going to be your power button, your fans. So when you press this, it can cycle through. We'll start at the off position here. Cool automatic. This is for your heat. Just a fan. And dry. And then if you want to turn it off when you're done, you just simply hold the power button in. It turns everything off in the unit. Now underneath that as well, gonna have your breaker panel for the unit. Simply press in, open just like that. Gonna have your switches for everything and your fuses. Simply close that back. Also, your sinks right here, additional cabinet space. You have your microwave, along with your range. Have a light and a fan on it as well, for venting. It's gonna be your propane cooktop. Gonna have your 4 burners here, and your igniter, as well as a stove underneath. Right here, you're gonna have a flat screen TV. Has a remote and everything. Works with cable, satellite. As well, next to that, you're gonna have your main stereo system surround control. You have an AM, Bluetooth, USB, HDMI auxiliary for hook up via HDMI ARC for your TV. You have zone, A and B for the inside and outside respectively. Underneath of that, additional storage space, and you also have a space heater in case you don't want to run the main furnace. So there's a remote with this as well. Power controls. Simply press with the touch screen, changing the lighting color depending on the mood. Now in this unit as well, you're going to have an LP detector, carbon monoxide, and also your ones up there as well. So right here is going to be your CO detector and propane gas. If you need to test and make sure it's sit, just simply press the button, just like that. Coming up these steps, up above here, you're going to have a smoke alarm as well. Simply press that one to test. Moving on from your smoke alarms right here, coming into the bathroom. As soon as you look inside here, you're going to have your GFCI outlet. So if anything trips on your GFCI, you can simply come in here and press your resets. You have your sink here, shower. Additionally, up top you have a vent for whenever you're taking a shower and it gets humid in here. Simply twist this open all the way, press this button here, turns on your fan. Whenever you're done, make sure you close it all the way so you don't get rain inside your camper. You'll feel it lock into place. You have your toilet here as well, and also a motion detector light. Making our way forward, we're going to make our way into the bedroom here. Now moving on to the bedroom here. As you come in, you're going to have your switch right here for your lighting. Turn on lights for the unit. You also have another control for the AC unit, which is going to be in here in the bedroom. You have your wardrobe cabinets and everything right here, as well as additional storage underneath the bed. Right over here in this corner is going to be the washer and dryer, with additional motion detection lighting up above. Right here you have additional storage and everything, as well as two USBs on either side and a regular outlets as well. And this has been the Astoria. Thank you for shopping at SETZER'S World of Camping.